support for its passage. It says that the purpose of the bill are sacrosanct to the justice sector reform, the initiative of the present administration. Details of that you can get out from the Vanguard newspaper. As Senate okays a 300% pay increase for CJN judicial officers. Alright, still taking story from the pages of the Vanguard newspaper. Passengers are stranded as Abuja Kaduna train derails at Asha station. A train traveling from Abuja to Kaduna has derailed at Asha station on Wednesday in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, leaving dozens of passengers stranded. The incident is said to have occurred around 3:52 p.m., shortly after the train departed from Kubwa Station in Abuja. Alright, it is of that check. The Vanguard newspaper. Passengers are stranded as Abuja Kaduna train derails at Asha Station. Around the full subsidy, stop deceiving Nigerians. Atiku charges Tinubu. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stop deceiving Nigerians about his administration's true position on full subsidy. Atiku said in the statement in Abuja yesterday. He explained that contrary to the president's public posturing about removing fuel subsidy, the Tinubu administration has been secretly paying trillions of naira as subsidy on premium motor spirit petrol. The former vice president, who was the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 election, noted that subsidy payments under Tinubu's watch is likely to hit 5.4 trillion naira this year, 2024. Stop deceiving Nigerians. Atiku charges Tinubu. Check the Vanguard newspaper, and this one is coming from Ekiti. As Shatima to declare the open thought expanded national business clinics in Ekiti. The Vice President Kashim Shatima will on Thursday, June 6, declared to open the third expanded national micro, small and medium enterprises business clinics in Ado Ekiti, Ekiti States. The State Commissioner for Information Rights, Honorable Taiwo Olatubosun, in a statement made available to newsmen in Ado Ekiti, the state capital, disclosed that the event will hold at Bishop Adetiloyi Hall at the Trade Fair Complex, Old Inyi Road in Ado Ekiti around 9 a.m. Noting that the initiative is one of the strategies of the Federal and Ekiti state governments to increase ease of doing business in the states. Olatubosun stated that the forum would provide opportunity for small business owners in the states to interact with key federal government agencies and regulatory bodies. He added that the focus is to provide lasting solutions to the challenges hindering the development of micro, small and medium enterprises, boost their access to capital, formalize their businesses, and advertise their products, among others. The Commissioner treated the commitment of Governor Oyebanji administration to the development of MSMEs in the state as enriched in the youth development and job creation, infrastructure, industrialization, as well as the human capital development pillars of the administration. Olatubosun urged entrepreneurs in the state to take advantage of government's gestures to strengthen the sector by making themselves available at the event and judiciously utilizing the opportunities provided. Shatima to declare the open thought expanded national small medium enterprises business clinics in Ekiti. Jimmy Agbaje's son Olubumi to be buried Friday in Canada. Mr. Olubumi Agbaje, the first son of Nigeria's top politician, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, will be buried on Friday in Canada. The news agency of Nigeria now reports that Olubumi died on Monday, May 27, 2024, in Canada. Olubumi, first son of Senior Agbaje, a former governorship candidate of the PDP in Lagos State and chieftain of Afenifere Renewal Group, was 41 years old. Jimmy Agbadi disclosed part of the burial arrangement to the news agency of Nigeria in Lagos on Wednesday via telephone. Check the Vanguard newspaper for more details, as Jimmy Agbadi's son Olubumi to be buried Friday in Canada. El-Rufai's government withdrew 1.4 trillion naira from state accounts. That's coming from Kaduna State Assembly. House, the chairman of the Kaduna State House Committee on Information, Henry Mara Zakiraya, has come up with some revelations on the financial activities of the El-Rufai administration. The Kaduna State House of Assembly on Tuesday set up a 13-man committee to probe financial dealings, loans, grants, and other project implementations from 2015 to 2023 under former Governor Nasir El-Rufai's tenure. Chairman House Committee on Public Accounts, who is also the Deputy Minority Whip, Honorable Magu Yusuf, who moved the motion, says the public needed to know what happened during that period, adding that the House also mandated the committee to invite notable personalities that served during the period, including contractors, to explain how the loans and grants received during the period under review were spent. Check the Daily Post newspaper. El-Rufai's government withdrew 1.4 trillion naira from state accounts. Kaduna Assembly. Sultan asks a Muslim to look out for new moon on Thursday. The Sultan of Sokoto and President General Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, said Thursday, 6th of June 2024 is the first day for Muslims to look for the new moon of Ija 1445 A statement signed by Professor Sambo Wali Junadu, Chairman Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council Sokoto, noted that Thursday is the 29th of Dhul-Qa'dah. According to the statement, the sighting of the new moon should be reported to the nearest district or village heads for onward. Check the Daily Post newspaper. Sultan asks a Muslim to look out for new moon on Thursday. Ondo Goba, ex-aspirant Edema Dams, APC secures NNPP ticket. Benga Edema, one of the aspirants who contested the April 20th gubernatorial primaries of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ondo State, has paid the governorship ticket of the new Nigerian People's Party NNPP. Edema, former chairman of the Ondo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, OSOPADEC, emerged as the NNPP candidate after he was ratified during a substitution governorship primary of the party held in Akure, the state capital. The former candidate of the party, Oluwatosin Ayeni, withdrew from the governorship race a few weeks after polling 100 votes to defeat his sole rival, Professor Ibrahim Ajaguna, the party's primary on April 26. According to Edema, who represented the state on the governing board of the Niger Data Development Commission (NDDC), the decision to quit the ruling APC was due to the lack of internal democracy in the party. He noted that the internal democracy was robust in the NNPP. Check the Daily Post newspaper. Ex-aspirant Edema Dams, APC secures NNPP tickets. And the APC membership restriction will serve as reference for political appointments. And that's coming from Ganduje, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Dr. Abdullah Umar Ganduje, said the e-membership restriction of the party would serve as a basis of reference for any member of the party seeking appointment at any level or desiring to contest an election. Ganduje made this known on Wednesday in Abuja at the opening ceremony of the e-membership restriction train, the trainer workshop. He said, with the e-membership restriction, the process of digitalizing the party has commenced. Check the Daily Post newspaper again. APCE membership registration will serve as reference for political appointments. As your customers storm banks, demand refund of deposits. Customers of the defunct Heritage Bank in Ado-Ekiti, State Capital on Wednesday converged at the bank to demand the refund of the deposits. The development followed the revocation of the bank's operating license by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The angry customers expressed their frustration, calling for the intervention of Governor Biodun Yebanji and labor leaders to facilitate the retrieval of their deposits from the bank. Some elderly customers slammed officials of the bank for not attending to them despite arriving early at the bank's premises. For more details of that, get on straight to the Daily Post newspaper. As your customers storm Heritage Bank, demand refund of deposits. Minimum wage talks. Labour considers 100,000 naira as Tinubu issues ultimatum. Organized labor may settle for 100,000 naira minimum wage as the tripartite committee on national minimum wage commences daily meetings for 5 days to reach a consensus. Multiple sources in the labor movement told the Punch on Tuesday that the union leaders were willing to review their demand from 494,000 naira to 100,000 naira, following the criticism and the controversy that trailed their proposal, which was considered outrageous and unrealistic. In a statement by his media aide Rabiu Ibrahim on Saturday, the Minister of Information and National Retention Mohammed Idris said the proposed minimum wage will result in an annual expenditure of 9.5 trillion naira, a burden that he described as untenable for the nation's finances. Grab the Punch newspaper. Minimum wage talks. Labour considers 100,000 naira as Tinubu issues ultimatum. And the studio line is open for your personal, for your own opinion. And try to be civil when you are making your own opinion. 0707 276 6278. 0707 276 6278. Akano State High Court on Wednesday ordered the substituted service of bribery charges on the immediate past Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. Justice Aminu Aliyu ordered the prosecution to publish the 8 counts against Ganduje and his co-defendants in 2 daily national newspapers. The judge gave the order following an application made to that effect by the counsel to the government. Zach Reading confirmed matter, who stood in for the lead prosecution counsel Yadamo Ganduje to get charges through newspaper. Check the Punch newspaper. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where you calling from? My name is Kingsley, Iniovosa.
Sorry, I thought it's Mr. Jackson. You sound alike.
We all want.
This is Pastor Joshua calling.
All right, Pastor Joshua, you're welcome.
God bless you. Let me just talk about the NSC issue, about this minimum wage. It's an idea. But me, I always say this. You see, payment is not the solution. Because even though they agree to pay 200,000 naira, it's going to cause inflation, more hardship. What we need is that I thought this Labour Congress will fight for is that they will tell the government that, okay, we want these refineries to start working. Then open the border, let food comes in. Even though you are going into agriculture, you know, a home is not built in a day. So there is a way you go about doing this thing. There's a processing. So, but you are not been doing that. That is why there's hardship everywhere. So me, I don't see the increment as a solution. We need urgent solution to what is happening in this whole country. Economic is so very bad. So we need to look for a way out. I am telling you, see, when they start paying this money, we are going to cry again.
What is the urgent solution,
That's
Pastor
what
Joshua?
I said. Let the refineries. Look at when they have been promising us. Yeah, when we work tomorrow, work next tomorrow. There's no anything to show for. Then let them open the water. He said he wanted people to go to farm. When we go to farm, are we going to begin to bring food from the farm that very day? So open the border even for at least 6 months. Let the food took into the country. So let people have something to eat first before you start practicing whatever you wanted to practice. The asking is too much. If I'm the president, that is the Labour Congress president, that's what I would say. He's not fighting for his female. His female will continue to give us more shame.
How?
It's not going to solve the problem.
How?
Because when the workers collect for them now, what do you expect from the market women? So they're not going to collect their own. So transporters, and they're not going to collect their own. It's causing a kind of a chaos again. That's going to be a big problem. That is not the solution, essentially. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pastor Joshua. You would. His appointee, Jason Wike, Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, was one of the best appointments he made since the start of his administration. Tinubu spoke in Abuja on Wednesday during the commissioning of the extension of the Inner Southern Expressway and the Outer Southern Expressway to the Southern Parkway. The president, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, commended Wike for his commitment to his vision for a modern, prosperous, and inclusive federal capital. Wike's appointment, one of the best of my administration. That's coming from President Tinubu. Check the cable news. And on foreign sea, U.S. lawmakers asked Biden to intervene in Binance executive's trial in Nigeria. Lawmakers in the United States have accused the Nigeria government of taking Tigran Gabayan, the Binance executive, hostage. In a report on Wednesday, the lawmakers in a letter dated June 4th urged President Joe Biden to help secure his release. The report said Michael McCord, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and 15 Republican congressmen wrote to Biden to have the case of Gambaya referred to the Office of the Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs. Check the cable news. Gambaya, a U.S. citizen, is the head of financial crime compliance at Binance and has been held in Nigeria since February 2024. Check the cable newspapers. U.S. lawmaker asks Biden to intervene in Binance executive's trial in Nigeria. And the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it is not in merger talks with any political party ahead of the 2027 election. On May 13, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, held a private meeting in Abuja. The meeting was the first between the two politicians since the end of the general election last year. Also, Obi had met separately with Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa, and Bukola Saraki, ex-Senate president, sparking rumors of a potential merger before the 2027 election. But PDP came out and said, "We are not in merger talks with any political party." Check the cable. Gani Adams speaks holes in Igboho's 500 million naira suit. Hello.
Yeah, this is Pastor Joshua calling back.
Pastor Joshua, you're calling us back again.
Yes, I want to talk about the issue of PDP. You see, when I heard them, I always laugh. They should go and learn to swallow their pride. You see, that is why they are having that problem that they are having. They can't pay their pride. Why you need help. We are not be seeing you. You are not be seeing PDP in this country anymore. So
that's your personal opinion.
Yes, is it a crime for you to have a measure to combine you to come together and just do something to help this country out? That is how you have been doing, and you have been failing here and there. Is it not what the APC did? They have to come when they have been losing and they come together to form an alliance, and they want the ticket. And you are starting another thing now. We are thinking that maybe they might have learned their lesson. They just Please, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Joshua. Thank you. Hello, you're our last caller. Hello.
Good morning, moderator.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Comrade Adedoye, precisely from Musunkiti.
All right, comrade, you're welcome.
Let me appreciate Agero for accepting 100,000. If probably the president is ready to pay it, I think, like the Sun said, that minimum wage is supposed to be reviewed every 5 years. If 100,000 is accepted, and by 5 years, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is able to review it, I think workers will be able to maintain that. And I want the federal government to do something. Forget about constitution.
Comrades.
The governors should be asked to reduce their security votes. They are not doing anything. A government that will not be able to pay 100,000 at the state level should be asked to reduce their security votes so that they will be able to pay. And the federal government too should attempt to reduce their security votes.
Comrades.
This is when, yes.
Comrades.
Yes.
Would 100,000 naira solve the hardship of this country? That's my question for you this morning.
At least, I am a retiree. I retired as deputy director at the local government level. I could have done. Not because what I am earning presently is enough for me to take home, but Nigeria should not be put in a total darkness. The issue of strike in Nigeria will not help the situation. Let me tell you one thing. If 100,000 naira is paid, then the salary will continue to be reviewed every 5 years. And if we have good government, by the grace of God, the salary can be increased. Let me tell you one thing. The one day that the strike was held, the whole nation was in blackout, which is not good for us. It's going to kill the economy. I am not saying 100,000 and is enough.
Comrade, because of our time, we don't have much time again. The time is up. Our time is up. This is a very beautiful morning for Daily Dose. Thank you again. You shall meet another of my colleague tomorrow for another edition of Daily Dose. My name is Kingsley. Iniovosa. Bye now.
Adami mogo kasiara, oki yose, radio tayen solo.